This week we are doing macaroons, or macaron if you like, and we're going to start with the Meyer Lemon ones, which are really tasty.
Yeah.
And the first step with the French macaroon, which by the way is the kind of macaroon that has that kind of flat mushroom-like top and what they call the foot, and you kind of smack them together like a sandwich. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you grind almonds with confectioner sugar. I'm doing it in the blender because my food processor is really old and weak. And you want to grind it up until you can't tell the difference. You can't distinguish the difference in the
When
texture.
it's done properly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? If you have to use your blender, you just want to make sure that you don't let it get too hot because it'll just it'll turn it into almond oil, which would be bad.
Egg whites, which we've left out for about 24 hours at room temperature. Everyone seems to agree that old egg whites work best.
But yeah, because they get thin.
So you just want to whip these until they're frothy, right?
Then you want to start adding a little sugar. It's tempting to just dump the whole thing in, but hold back. So here's the fun part. You get to mix the almond and sugar into the meringue.
If you can get it out of the blender. Actually, it has welded itself inside of the blender.
Oops. You want to beat out some of the air.
Yeah, you don't want them to rise as much as regular meringues. So now, do you want to load her up and I'll fold this into a pastry bag.
Yeah, and if you don't have a pastry bag, you can just use a Ziploc bag and cut one of the corners out.
And we're using I don't know what the number is of this tip, but it's a large round opening. Amanda's a great piper.
Now the pressure's on.
Nice.
So you want to make them smaller than you're going to be tempted to, because they will grow. They'll spread before they go in the oven, and then they'll keep spreading in the oven.
So if you just wet your finger and then tap down really lightly on the pointy bit, it'll smooth it out. So we're going to let these sit for at least 30 minutes, and they'll start to sort of develop this matte look to them. They won't be shiny anymore, and they won't be sticky anymore if you touch your finger to them, and then they're ready to go in the oven. So we're going to put those aside. So we are making Meyer lemon curd for the Meyer Lemon Macaron. We've got 2 egg yolks and 2 whole eggs in this bowl. We're going to add some Meyer lemon juice and zest, a little bit of salt, and some regular granulated sugar. And just whisk that together. And then you set this bowl. You can use a double boiler if you have one, but if not, just use a bowl that's good for whisking. And set it over some simmering water. Keep whisking it continuously when you put it over the heat. Woo! Sorry. Because if you don't, you may end up with scrambled eggs. And you're just going to do this until it gets thicker. It'll get frothy first, and then it'll thicken up nicely. And you want it to get to about 170 degrees if you use a thermometer.
Merrill's very good at this.
I like making lemon curd.
I'm banned from curd because it always turns to scrambled eggs.
This has gotten nice and thick. It happens pretty quickly. Looks like it's pretty much ready for the best part. Amanda's going to gradually add some soft butter.
This is super fun.
Changes the whole thing.
Actually, it tightens it up, right?
Yes, it does. This is thickened up nicely. I'm just going to set it aside to cool. So we're putting them in for about 10 to 12 minutes.
Yeah, 300 degrees. So, has a smooth top, kind of a crackly looking base. That means it's well done, and also a nice, perfectly flat bottom.
Flat, yes.
Yes.
They just pull right off the parchment. We're putting some of our Meyer lemon curd.
Mm-hmm. Actually, you know what it's like? It's like sliders.
It is.
It's
Meyer
like
lemon
a
sliders.
Dessert slider.
That little hole in the middle. Sign of a good macaron.
Really good.
Delicious.
Sorry we can't share with you.